Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show. Ah, shit. Wrong title. Bye Alpha Guy. You guys know the little Japanese guy that's been trolling my channel lately. He blames me for his girlfriend cheating because I said, give your girls direction, tell them what to do like a man does. And apparently his parents came to the country in 1971, so he's first generation, so he's new to the country. He dyes his hair blonde like a little anime guy, and he's had some comments to say to me because he caught his girlfriend cheating. He thinks because he followed my advice of telling your girl what to do is why she was cheating. All you guys who have common sense know that if you already have a set relationship with your girl, like you're used to supplicating to her and you say, hey, go get me a glass of water. You guys know your girl's going to jump on you. You get your own goddamn glass of water, right? You guys have enough intelligence to know that. She's not going to go out and cheat on you because you say, hey, give me a glass of water. You see how immature that is? He's a 19-year-old. He's immature. Well, I'm going to have to ban him. I'm tired of the comments. He's been trolling the channel. Today he said, you also told a black guy to suck up to the dumb of society at his job because he thought they didn't like him. They don't like him, as he was trying to explain. How is sucking up to anyone manly or alpha? Just get it together, man. You're losing your touch. I guess his idea of being a man out there at work is run around, bitch, you don't do your job right. And he's an employee. You're my boss, but fuck you. I'm alpha. Wait, I'm alpha. Fuck you. He's Asian. No offense against Asian fellas. You're not black. He's unaware of the history of blacks in my country, or in our country. But let me give him a little rundown on the history of blacks in this country. This is in the 1900s. You see there are women there? Who's hanging from trees? Who's had his clothes ripped off him? I'm sorry to show you this shit. Still 1900s. These people actually lost their lives, by the way. There's more here I can show you. But I've got other... They burned this guy. See his legs are burned off? See how his arms are curled in? And they hung him. And they castrated him. People did. Look at these. His eyes popped out. This is a boy they tied down and they burned him. He tried to crawl off, they would drag him back on. I'm not going against dominant society, folks. I'm trying to make a point here. Damn, that's bad. That's children. Big ass white chick. Damn, children. That sucks. This is the history of America. Now, the brother in question is in the UK. But to you brothers in the UK, this is our history in America. Oh, but that was long. It still goes on. They've been calling it suicides. It's still going on. Same photo. There's the little kids. That's a dead man. That's just nasty, bad. His tongue popped out. Well, at least they hang him. That's a woman. There are tons of women. There's a woman and a son. I'm not going to show that. But let's look at the history of Japanese here in America. These are concentration camps. These are Japanese Americans. These are Americans behind barbed wire. World War II. Just so we can see, you recognize faces that look like you. These are American concentration camps. Faces that look like yours. American soldiers. Instructs all persons of Japanese ancestry. Now, America gave them some money. Jovina's boss, his family, they got some. Yeah. His grandparents, or parents. Actually, I think it was his parents. No, it was his grandparents. His parents were kids. So they got money. These are Japanese Americans. Americans. Came here to start a new life in this country. Now, I'm not putting America down. I call myself America. We've apologized. We've apologized for our ignorance and stupidity from the past. But I want to remind him that, his parents came at a good time. Yeah. Okay? His parents came to America in the 70s. Jovina's parents, they came in the 70s as well. Yeah. And he's also Asian. He's not black. And that's the big difference. Now, all of us minorities, and I'm sure in his family as well, we all talk about how to deal with the dominant society. Right? All you black guys, your parents told you how to deal with the dominant society. That's white people. We all get that. We all learned that we got to work twice as hard, that we got to keep our head down. And right? You guys all learned that shit. Unless you came from like a Malcolm X family. Because your parents wanted you to learn how to become more successful. Now, for a Japanese American to tell me, a black American, how to deal with white people, that's just plain stupid and immature. That's the main reason why he now gets a ban. I gave an African over in the UK some valid advice. Plus, just like someone I just did a 47-minute podcast show on, who lives in America, that the problem is coming from him. He was the problem. If we're talking about David Ukandi. He was the problem. He was the reason why people were not liking him. Okay? If you find yourself in an environment where everybody just doesn't like you, it's not them, it's you. It's you. You're the source of why people don't like you. And usually, well, the fella I gave advice to today, he's 5'4", over 300 pounds. David Condi, he's 5'5". Also, thing common, they're both black. But they got that short man attitude, think everybody's picking on them. Well, actually, David Condi, he always posts, people are bullying him. And that happens to people who are 5'5", yeah. I know what goes on in the UK. But a lot of times we bring it up on ourselves because we're projecting things. But to finish off what I was saying, I can't tell a Japanese American how to deal with white people or the dominant society. You guys have your own rules, your own code. And if I know your code, anything about your code is pretty much the same as ours. Excel. That's why Asians always excel. Your parents won't let you do less. For us to go into the workplace with people who don't look like us, and as you heard from Jerry Levine, what corporations do blacks own? What corporations do blacks own in the UK? Can he act a fool at his work and go get a job at a black company? we always end up working for white people. So we got to learn how to get along. Recognize that, that we got to learn how to assimilate in and fit in. These people don't want us there. They'd rather have someone who looks like them. You would want the same thing. So don't fault them for that. Here comes your black ass in there. Excuse me for saying that. Braids and whatever. I'm referring to someone else, bringing that bad attitude. What you looking at, white boy? Fuck, my boss. They always talk about the boss. They've been late a few times. But it's always the boss. Number one, when you're black in a company, whatever you work for, you stand out. When they scan the room, remember, everyone looks like them, so they blend in. You don't. Asians have whiter skin, so they blend in a little better. Plus, society treats Asians differently than they treat blacks. So for a wannabe white Japanese guy to say, I gave this guy bad advice, I'm giving this guy advice from a black perspective to another black. You have no right to even type that. You're just another jackass on the internet. And I am now banning you. You show up again, I'm just going to keep banning you. Okay? You are now officially blocked. Never Quit Alpha and whatever your other screen name is. Now, he also had another comment. Maybe you've gotten too old to run this channel, to give advice. Or you give poor advice. I might add then, forget you gave it and always end up contradicting yourself. Then you forget that you gave it and then end up contradicting yourself. You personally told me to be more assertive in a video. There's a difference between being assertive and being aggressive. I did not pick it up randomly. My ex told me she cheated because I became too pushy. It became overwhelming. This was in direct correlation to your... put your ex on. Let me talk to her. Your advice. I just think you should stop before you damage your legacy any further. This is nothing like the old Supreme. The old Supreme was about knowledge and growing the new... And growing the new Supreme is about rambling and nonsense. I deplore you. Stop the nonsense. Retire from YouTube. Don't destroy your reputation any further. He's gone. And this is under Truly Reborn Alpha. Okay, this one's gone. Every time you show up, I will ban you and I will delete your comments, as I am doing right now. I bet you if he put his girlfriend on, there's a thing about becoming assertive and pushy. Okay? As I've told you guys, you can't flip the script. What I say, the way you start is the way you finish. You start like a little bitch. You try to flip the script and act like a little bitch, only I'm more of a pushy bitch. You end up like a bitch. See, you're doing a bitch thing. You're coming to me like a little bitch. Whining because you couldn't handle your female. There's a difference between assertive and being pushy. Okay? Hope you learned that lesson. I've never contradicted myself. I challenge anybody to show me. I went back to the Pimps Network back in 2001. I'm still saying the same thing. The same thing. I talked about energy. I talked about aura back then. I talked about confidence. Because these are things I learned in my own life. Just so you know. And I still push the same thing. Goodbye, Truly Alpha and all your other names. You're no longer... Because you're acting like a bitch. You got bitchy with your girlfriend. By the way, dig deeper. I don't believe you either. Women don't cheat because you got pushy. Okay? Now, as you guys know, this fellow's trying to say that He followed my advice, becoming more assertive. And every one of you guys should become more assertive in your lives. Learn what real assertiveness is versus being pushy. But if you ask any woman out there, do a poll yourself. Just ask 10 women. Hey, if you're dating a guy and he became pushy, would you A, cheat on him, or would you B, tell him off and tell him stop being pushy? And look how many choose B. Okay? I want you guys who are watching me right now to go do a poll so we can post it under this video. Hey, this would be good for you. Actually talk to some women out there too. Do a poll or ask 5 women. Let's make it small. A, would you cheat on him for becoming pushy? Or B, would you tell him off? And I bet you the majority of them will say, I don't think any girl will say, I'll cheat on him. That's just fucking weird. Coming out of a weird head. So I don't believe him when he said that. Because I know women. And I invite him to bring it on the show too. I bet you if he brings it on the show, we'll get to the real reason why you cheated on him too. It's him. It's his personality. As I explained to you, when women cheat on you, it's not because you started to puff your little chest out. It's because they're bored, lack of sexual stimulation, lack of connection, lack of communication. As just 4 of the main reasons why they'll cheat on you. Okay? You take care of all those 4, and you give them the bomb-ass sex, they're not going to cheat on you. They'll become dedicated to you. Now, the people that have taken my advice, post that below this video also. What have you learned from me? What have you benefit? How have I helped you in your game? Let's go to the channel, see what's going on. Hey, it's a black guy. You guys will say, I know, I need to ban these trolls. I know. Let's see. Alpha guy got banned. Yep. Invisible Knee, LOL. Remo, what'd he do now? What'd he do now? You watch the show, you see what he did. You got on my last nerve. I was trying to be gentle. I've tried to change myself. I have tried to change over the years. And I am 57 years of age. Today was the first day I've done a show from notes on the podcast show. I haven't used notes in years. Because I'm talking to Teddy X. He asked me why did I call it immature. And I titled the show, This is Why You're Immature and Going a Bit Psycho. And I gave him all the reasons and then, what to do at the end. Just like a speech. That takes too much time to organize. And I know that if I were to do like a marketing video, of course I would have that shit organized. But when I'm just having a conversation with you guys, no, I'm not going to organize shit. I'm not getting paid for it. Hey, it's a black guy. Disoriented hobo, white troll should be next. If he doesn't give me a video in the next week, disoriented hobo, of you talking to me, so I know it's you will be banned. You're going to come back and post, I am a black guy, I am real. Talk is cheap. Okay? You're young. I need to see you talking to me. Because that right there is going to say, what is he hiding? The moment you do that, I'm going to say, what are you hiding? Why didn't you just do the video? And send me the link privately. Nobody has to see you. You can send me the link privately. How do you send me a link? You send me a message. Let's see. If I want to send Ace Ortiz a message, let's go to Ace Ortiz channel. Usually, you'll see something like About. Click on the About. Send message. Now, the most important thing you gotta do is click send. Okay? Damn. Did I open up Ace to some troll and shit? That's how you send a message. Ace, you can delete the message, man. Ace is also 5'5". And he gets women. Okay? So you other guys are out there, I'm only 5'5". Let me show you. Because you're not going to believe me. I'm some black dude. I'm 5'5". Okay, let's see. Hates a black guy. Go into work, get your money, leave, go home, work on your side business. Best thing a black man can do. Exactly. That was my advice to the brother. Plus, Tim recognized it's him. Oh, maybe that was Curtis. No, I did a podcast show. Did I do a video for Curtis? I don't remember. I believe, okay, Curtis. If it was either way, Curtis, yeah, it was Curtis. Curtis was the source of his bullshit. Okay. Looks like he's back. The Japanese guy. Greece is a fraud. Wake up. You're now blocked on that one. Okay. You're trolling. So basically, you start like a bitch, you finish like a bitch. A bitch made motherfucker trolls. Why are you obsessed with me? Pedophile, get over yourself. Hey, it's a black guy. Hobo says. Hey, Supreme, I was just looking at your site just a moment ago and ran across some chat about you. Did the geeks on So Suave have an issue with you? Hell yeah. Wait, you were just looking at my site and you ran into a chat about me. Where did you run into it at? Alex T. Oh, yeah. They had a big issue with me. That's where Greece ran into me. And he came looking for me after I left that site. I'm actually back on there. I hardly ever post. I can't remember the screen name that I even fucking use. I go in there and I get material to use for, you see me do it for shows. I don't know if you got to join to look at it. I don't think you do, actually. I'd still join anyway. So I made a few comments. Top of the game or something like that. I think that's my name. But anyway, I haven't been there in, months? Anytime you see me do a So Suave show, that means I got bored. I went in there. But I was banned, and I went to Fast Seduction. Everywhere I went on the internet, I had trouble with the Dom Society people. And there were Asian guys on there. But these guys that were on So Suave, they were virgins. And remember I told you guys I was posting links to women that I've met? And I posted my email that I was using. That was so far above me. I didn't know. When I came on the internet, I thought everybody was like me. I was on the Pimps Network. Guys when they're, above average in looks or average, they weren't. It's guys. I didn't see them as guys being 5'5" with height issues and these internet nerds. I didn't even know what internet nerd was. So one day someone posted, "Shh, I see simps," and there was a link to So Suave. Okay, so a bunch of Caucasians showed up on the Pimps Network and started doing their whole Caucasian thing and trolling and stuff like that. And I had an issue with that whole being pimp tight, being a good-looking guy sitting there waiting for women to approach you, batting your eyes. There was a guy named I forgot his name, a white guy that lived in UK, Paradise, and he was half Italian, half English. So he's better than you guys seen that Jeremy Kyle show. You've seen what English folks look like, the women and the men. So he's half Italian. So he's good looking. I think he works for Sony because he bought some of my products. He had a higher life. And anyway, he attracted women. You see what the women look like in the UK. I don't ever want to go to the UK. I feel sorry for you brothers in the UK, man. After watching Jeremy Kyle show, man. I'm sorry, Panani, but fucking ugly. I've seen very few attractive women on that show. I know they're dealing with the ghetto. But your ghetto looks like ghetto. Ears that stick out like this, big old Dumbo ears, bad teeth. That's just the fucking women. The dudes are worse. Fat. Sorry to shit on UK women, but I ain't seen it. I ain't feeling it, man. I'm in California. There were songs about California girls, so yeah. So, anyways, I've had trouble on every site I've went to, and as I was telling the guys this morning, I had a big ego when I came on the internet because I was up here in the game. You've seen what I've done with women, the type of control I had. I'm not used to virgins. These guys were desperate. Then they fucking posted their faces, and then I realized who I was talking to. I thought they were dudes. Just a minute, fellas. You notice how blacks would like to use a lot of pictures when we talk? If you go to a black forum, like brothers like to post, memes and photos. And so if you look at the writing on Egypt, we use pictures. I thought everybody was like Craig and I that I was talking to. Reasonably attractive. We could do good in the game. So after I saw the photos of the people, I said, oh, god damn. These are those nerds. That's why I've been using the word nerd ever since. That's why. Then I went to Fast Seduction. Super geeks and nerds. And I've had trouble on every venue I went to. That's why I started the first podcast show in this entire niche. Because I went to radio school, KNBS. I graduated from there. They talked about when the whole concept of podcast shows come out, this would be like a radio show. That's why I have those good introductions in my old podcast shows that you can buy, and the closers. I don't do my podcast shows anymore, but I put a lot of effort into them. I had sound effects. I fucked with a guy that was on So Suave called Seahorse in those old shows. Those guys who bought them. I made like a radio show, and it was fun. But everywhere I've went, I've run into resistance. And that's why I like Human Design. Human Design talks about you're a manifester. I just do things. I create things like a manifester. And you're always going to run into resistance. But it wasn't because of that. It's because, first of all, I'm an African American. I'm dealing with the dominant society. They rather listen to people who look like them. So all you guys who are Caucasian listen to me. You're special people. You don't have that shit these other people had. Okay? So you notice all the people that make the money in this field, they are usually of the dominant society because they look like them. I've seen so many gurus with them balding, big heads, and a little bit of hair on the top, and the guys in the audience, look more like them. Or David X, fat, older white guy. That's someone they can respect. Not just that, I was teaching the truth of the game. And this community does not want to hear the truth. They rather they rather take the blue pill, as I used to say. I always said take a red pill and wake up to the truth of dating, or you can take the blue pill and go back to sleep. People have challenged me on that. I got that from a guy named The Kid on the Pimps Network. He's the one that gave me the idea of red pill, blue pill back in 2001. So if I've been using it since then, and then they say these new people using it, and I spread it all over the internet, no. I've always said take the red pill. I quit saying it. But it's true. I ran into people who were blue pillars, and they rather stay asleep. That, yeah, they can go up and spit these magic stories, and women will fall down and, open their legs for them. And I've tried to just teach just the fucking truth. I only give you guys the truth. Okay? I've only given the truth. I had to learn the truth the hard way. I had to make something of myself. Let me show you something else. Okay, you saw the photo of the end result, right? You know what I look like in the game. But few of you have seen my starting photo. Bam! That's my high school photo. Look at those bright, bushy eyes. Look at that hair. I had a blowout kit on my hair because I had hair that didn't obey. I had half my dad's hair, half my mom's hair. So I put a blowout so it looked the same. I got my hair blown out, the blowout kit, and I caught myself stepping down there, take my goddamn high school photo. Put me in regular clothes. That's what I look like running around the school. People thought when I got so suave that I plucked my eyebrows. Didn't know anything about that in the 70s. See how skinny my eyebrows are? I don't have manly, masculine eyebrows. No hair on my face. I still can't grow a real beard. I couldn't grow this till my late 40s. What I have now. I came from that to that. I attracted women. That look there, bald head, goatee, not a real mustache, but much of one I could grow. That. Clean shaven. I attracted chicks. I admit, I attracted looks. Craig attracted looks. I mean, he's a 6'3" white guy. He doesn't know how to pose himself. Do I look like I'm suffering in the game? Or by tilting my head, did I reach supreme confidence? Excuse Craig's fucking goober smile. I'm 42 years of age here. This is in my home. Can you see the attitude? So that's what I came from. I made myself. Okay? I made myself into this. You notice this says Napkin Nights. They found me to take my photo. Craig and I, in all these venues. So they use us to advertise to chicks to come into place. So from this goober, this fucking geek, to that. I changed myself. So I give you the real fucking truth of the fucking game. I don't sugarcoat it. Disordered Hope, why do you want to ban me? Because you haven't proven that you're black. I've had questions about it. All I want from you is send me a video of you talking. Hey, it's me, Hobo. Nobody else has to see it. You got to vet yourself to me because the question has come up. Are you truly black? I've done a video on it. KR, that's true height shouldn't be an issue as long as you aren't under 5 feet. I agree. And KR is also 5'5". Hey, it's a black guy. I think he's like 6'6" or something like that. How tall are you? Hey, it's a black guy. Dude, you don't contribute to anything. Probably didn't even buy his products or donate. Just here to start trouble. That's the way he came in. He's trying to settle down now. I've seen that, but I need to vet him. UK. That go watch the Jeremy Kyle show. Let me show you. Fuck, man. Yeah, I do watch Professor Black Truth. I don't want the full episodes. This is... Son confronts his pastorless father. He was like one of the nice looking ones. They called him a player. His ears stick out. Look at him down here. They also do weird shit themselves with faces in the UK. Look at this beast right here. Ah, shit, it's a long show.
Thinks you're whatever she thinks you are.
That's her opinion.
Oops. These women are butt fucking ugly. And they're dudes that date them. And they got boyfriends. They still have boyfriends who are butt fucking ugly too. Damn. Oh, that's a woman? Is that a woman? That's a woman. I'm not going to the UK. Because that's where our insanity started from. I don't know what the fuck they're about. That's probably her boyfriend or something. I don't know. But look on the side, fellas. They're bestial. So if you're a good-looking guy in the UK, you do well. I'm not saying all the women are fucking ugly. And I know it's trash that goes on that show. Cultured English don't end up on that show. Like our Maury. Aren't his eyes too close together? Excuse me. Fuck. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Hobo, if you stop arguing, people would more likely to accept you. You've got to stop arguing because it's disruptive to my show. Stop picking fights. I see you're the first one here. I'm at the top. Look. You look like a pedophile. So what have I seen? Hobo attacking his black guy. And he's right. You haven't done anything contribute to the channel except this bad attitude, man. Sharmar, so many men are getting exposed and emasculated online. Be careful on how you come off on these posts. Women love doing that to men. Kiara Hawkins, I remember David X, an older fat white guy who talks about the game. Now with David X, hold on, dizzy again. Blacking out while coughing is actually common. I looked it up. When you cough so hard. It's the bomb that I can't stand. 3 times last night. Fuck. All over myself. What I spit up is mucus, though. And my dinner. David X Everybody has a gimmick in the game that I've seen, these PUAs. And David X is a white guy with money. Where does he hunt? Places where women hunt men like him. That's why he gets away with talking to them, because they are what are called gold diggers. So if you try to follow David X's advice, you try to talk to women the way he talks to gold diggers, it's not going to work for you. I don't know what advice he gives. I did try to watch one of his lectures. I just couldn't make it through. Like, I tried to read Paradise's book for the Pimps Network. I actually purchased someone's book off the Pimps Network, white guy in England. I was willing to give him a chance. And I physically threw the book across my room. I'm not kidding. I took that book and I threw that motherfucker across the room. That's how bad my reaction was to the bitch assness in there. And he became, I didn't like him more after that. In fact, we got into a couple of beefs. So David X purchased a baby grand piano for his apartment. He has got a multi-story apartment. You imagine when girls go in there, they're going to be impressed. He can talk to them any way he wants to because they want to hook up with that money. He bought a baby grand to put in his fucking apartment on the second story of his apartment. A 3-story apartment? Like, whoa. Really? So he hunts where women hunt him. Mystery. I did some videos on Mystery. I'll have to leak them out to you guys. I take his game apart. I told you about Owen's game. Number one, he does that whole homosexual thing. You know how gay guys act like they don't care about women? They don't. And they swish up to him. I watched one of his videos, he did the same thing. Oh, girl, come on. And then he goes after them. Like, this guy's feminine, but he likes women. And he's been accused of being homosexual over the years. So that's his flair. You try to do that, it's going to look like a fool on you. He perfected that, and it works for him. He'll walk down the street and grab a girl and hug her. He's dealing with fucking nerds. IT people. Computers. That type of mindset with the little small glasses, the beady eyes. Sorry if you're in IT. I was in the original IT. I could program in COBOL, as I told someone the other night, RPG, BASIC, Fortran. Fortran is one of them old languages. And assembler. And I could program damn good. So I know what the market looks like. When I was in there, Vietnamese were taking over. So, yeah. That's their game. They always have a gimmick. A wild pre-med pick is intense. A big turnaround. Sharmar Moore. Yes, it does, Supreme. Confidence. Young Supreme, yeah. I was a fucking goober in high school, fellas. I was the guy that would crush on girls from across the room. Like, there was a girl, and I think she was the one that ran up to me at the reunion. I just didn't remember who she was. She remembered me. But I had a crush on her in my history class. There was something about it. She had jeans and she was curvy. She was a white chick. Normally I crushed on, black chicks. But there were a couple white chicks I liked. But I had a crush on her. And I would look at her with those innocent eyes. I didn't know how to talk to girls. That's why I ordered that book, How to Pick Up Chicks, by Eric Weber. The first book on the market. We're going back to 1975 or 76. 76. Fuck. Okay, I'm dizzy again. Sorry about that, fellas. The coughing does produce adverse reactions. It's black guy 6'6" on the dot. I knew it was something like that. It's black guy look like some weirdos on his shows. That Jeremy Kyle guy is a station in the it's in the UK. Al Bundy, Nightmare UK Women. Not sure what you mean, Sharmar. Alex T. Date them because of the sweet sugar walls. Yep. What's going on with the UK women? Man, they are ugly as hell. Probably only a few that are attractive. Well, I think there's a large part of their ghetto society. In our ghetto society, we see some good-looking chicks. In the black ghetto society, that's where the educated brothers want. They want the big booty, attractive ghetto chicks like them. They end up not liking them. You think because they got a degree, the female's supposed to bow to them. Whereas the educated chicks, they don't want to wear makeup. Well, not all of them, but you know what I'm talking about. Invisible Negro. Now that's interesting name. By the way, Negro means Negro, like in the race. So he comes in with a low self-esteem screen name, basically. Some dudes are just that desperate. It's how fat, ugly bitches can run around thinking they are gems. Leon. They're not all bad over there, LOL. But yeah, on that show, the weirdos show up. Yep. I know they're not all bad. But I see I watch a show called The Lucky Man. There's a real attractive East Indian girl on there. And she's kind of thick. She got some hips and some ass. I'm waiting for them to show that ass. That ass. This coming out of the UK. Actually, this is it right here. I got to turn the volume off. Now, this is one they put with an American accent. She ain't attractive to me. She has no ass. His wife, she's fucking hideous. This is the character. Look at that. That's some thickness right there, goddammit. I never thought East Indian women had bodies, but I've been seeing some women, East Indian women, that are built. Even the Asians look good over there. Well, they look good everywhere, but the English don't look too good to me. I'm trying to show your face. This other female he's married to. Look at that stringy. Let me use the word wet dog hair. This guy, he's like 6'5" or something. He should do well over there. Now, these are the average English males, and they're actually better looking than the dudes on that Jeremy Kyle show. Not that I judge dudes. But the same bad teeth. Again, you see the women. Let me just say the Celts are not the prettiest people on the planet. Or the people that comprise the English. There's his wife, man. And that's the one that he's hooking up with. Don't know why the wife has come to see the hookup broad. I guess, well, they're enemies now, I guess. No lips. No lips. Bottom lip, though. You gotta see her up close. See? She's playing an American. I don't know if she's actually American. She has no mouth. No lips. I tried to kiss that once. I couldn't. That's why, for Caucasian males, that's who they're made for. A lot of males, especially coming out of Ireland, they have really thin lips. Okay. So, have you seen any hot women? I'm trying to find the East Indian girl, man. God damn it. What the fuck's going on here? There she is. They've been keeping. There we go. Look at that ass, fellas. She can't even walk. She walks like a sister. See how that kind of bow-legged, thick-legged walk? Grab her by that ponytail, hit it from the back. Ram, if you're watching this, don't let me come over there, man. I want you to take me on the set where she's at. Because I want to push up on her. Only if she gives me choosing, that is. All right, let's get back to this bullshit. I agree with you, Alex. I'd rather fuck a fat bitch than jack my dick off. There's starter hose for the most part. Yeah. Hit it from the back. That's all you do. Hit it from the back, man. Because it ain't much to look at in the front. Let's see. What's going on? UK. Invisible Negro. Okay. Leon. They're not. Okay, we did that. Alex T. Leon. Distorted Hobo. He said, ban me. That's why I attacked. He started the shit. All I saw was you. Okay. He brought my name up first. Invisible Negro. I mean, there's a difference between having a starter hoe and thinking some fat bitch is some type of serious price. I agree. Low self-esteem Negro. I agree. There's a difference. Recognize a starter bitch. Doesn't have to be a starter bitch. She can be a skinny bitch with a unibrow. She can be an average bitch. Woman. Remo. A starter hoe can be a fat chick that you smash. S. There's an S. Big S there. You're growing your game. While you're growing your game. Alex T. Sounds like you have some COPD. If you were out here in the East Coast, I'd have you evaluated and test your FEV1%. Don't know what that is. You should be taking a long-acting beta antagonist like salmeterol and albuterol PM. Okay. COPD can be caused by allergens, occupational issues, and so on. I'm going to get a new doctor in June. I have to wait for him to have an opening on his list. I do have inhalers. So albuterol is a. I'm on Ventolin. Doesn't do a damn thing for the pain, but I guess it would do something for the wheezing. Pollen is really bad here on the East Coast. I've never had allergies before, though, fellas. It's like a new thing. I guess, my ex-wife, she became allergic to bananas when she got older. She can't eat bananas anymore. So I guess we do develop some allergies. I've been on prednisone, and maybe that shifted my body. I know I came out of it off prednisone, a diabetic. And that's one of the side effects of using prednisone a lot. They tried, but I was just too sick. And they kept trying to use that. I just heard Charlie Murphy died from leukemia. Serious? Oh, fuck. That's Eddie Murphy's brother. How the fuck? Now I'm worried about my older brother. He just started his treatment last Tuesday. KR. I remember last year down in Florida, this East Indian chick attacked an Uber drive, and she was very attractive. She also had a nice body. No offense to Ram Depeche. I never thought your women had bodies. I never thought they had thickness about them, and ass. I've seen, like when I go to Walmart, the East Indians shop there also, I've seen some women in line. Like an older woman. I saw an older woman at the gym yesterday with full body panties. I got to see because through her tights, she was right in front of me. She had a round ass. White woman with a round, like a sister ass. It was round. Like the type you could, bounce the court off of. Perfect roundness. She's like a rarity. She was with some old decrepit white dude. She was older. wasn't decrepit, but she had a bunch of earrings in her ear. One of those kind of white chicks, you know, probably been into drugs and shit. And probably drugs. He's probably the same age. Drugs ate him up. Gave me no eye contact, so, you know, I ignored her. A dose of reality. The Indian woman has to have some melanin because her skin tone. Well, if you remember history or genetics, the Out of Africa showed that we stopped in Yemen, set up civilization there. We traveled into Europe after that. What's the first place we stopped that they said? India. Now, Asiatics came back through and intermixed. But if you do DNA test on East Indian, you go back far enough, you'll see that everybody's out of Africa. They kept their melanin, even through the intermixture. Now they're trying to lose their melanin and lighten their race up so they become more sociable and acceptable to white people. Chris James, lots of fine Indian women coming up in Chicago now. I ain't going nowhere near Chicago, man. There's nothing wrong with starter chick just to get your dick. I agree. Nothing wrong with starter chicks. Most of these internet guys want chicks who are bangers. Yeah. Most of these guys who are on the internet, white dudes, they want Britney Spears. Is she considered hot? Or, I'm old school. Courtney Cox, I guess they consider her bony ass hot. Whatever the hot chicks are nowadays. I don't follow what they like. And they look like geeks and nerds. So they think these magic scripts will get them these hot chicks they see in the clubs. Addison Tubbs, with your starter hoe, is it okay to just smash once and go? No. I want you to keep her around for a little while. Because then you got to go out and find another one. Keep that bitch around so you learn to feel comfortable around women. Learn to portray confidence around them. Your starter hoe is meant to make you grow. So you grow to the next. So you keep around for a couple of months as you grow your power, your ability to give girls orgasms, your ability to hold a conversation with them. You've got to use them as a growing tool. There, Addison, don't just look up on some ass and then be out there struggling again. Back to jacking off. And remember, he shouldn't have to be fat. Go for girl, the best of ones that are choosing. KR. Yes, it depends. The flow, your starter chick, and you, KR. Damn, that's crazy. Charlie Murphy passed away. Yeah. Alex T. If we on high dose steroid like prednisone 40 milligrams, it can cause your immune system to be weakened. That's it. I didn't know that. I didn't read that part of it. Not sure when you started taking meds. I've been sick for 7 years. I started, the first year, I was on it the first year I was sick, before the year was over, so about 7 years. But also caused weight gain. I've gained weight. Diabetes. I don't know what that is. What is hypokalemia? Maybe some I've gained weight. I have diabetes now. Yeah, I'm a diabetic. I take a pill. Don't take a shot. Thank God for that. Maybe there's some correlation there when you began systematic steroid with your weight gain. There was. I started gaining a lot of weight. I got over 300 pounds. But I started gaining weight 10 years ago after my little brother passed away. I didn't care anymore. So I went to 260. 250 at 6'1". Actually, let me transition back over. Let's see. Because of my height, I could carry it. So that's me at about 250. Got a little bit of gut. Still got my size. 240, 250. After I started using prednisone, my weight went over 300. I noticed my face got really round and shit like that. So I didn't realize that it does affect your immune system. Interesting. Again, this is me at 250, 260. You can see a little bit of stomach there. But that's actually the weight that Jovina liked me at. I still look good in the suit, so I look manly. My son Christopher, he's done pretty good. He's bigger now. That's him before his competition. He resembles me. I'll have to find a photo of Mike when I was standing in my clothes after my competition for you fellas. Let me show you something amazing that I want to show, that I posted today. This is before and after of a fella that's about 5'4" also, for the fella called Teddy X down in Louisiana. Now Teddy stopped at 300, so we can slice 200 pounds off of him at 5'4". So he's still, round like a bowling ball, and he didn't go all the way. This is what he could accomplish if you wanted to, Teddy. This is where you not maybe this skinny and never wear boots like that. I think, is he wearing boots? I swear I see some boots on him. Oh, I guess it's skinny jeans. So my bad. I thought those were some fucking boots. Don't wear skinny jeans, fellas. That was put out by the homosexual industry. Don't fall for it. Yeah, the basic looking chicks can fuck, give good head, clean, and cook. Exactly. How did you know when your game went to another level and you could handle multiple women? I started handling multiple women. After this girl named Susie cheated on me, I started handling multiple women. I said two could play that game. That's what I said in my head. Well, two can play that game. And I became a player that night, that week. Within a week, I had Susan. I don't have any photos of Susie, but this is Jovina. Somewhere I have a photo of Susan somewhere on here. Now, Susan became a bodybuilder. No, I don't have any of her. So, Susie was like a basic bitch, but she was fun to have sex with. Susan was, all posh looking. Chicks always want to look like her, and sex with her wasn't good. But Susie could come through a clitoral orgasm. Susan had to be vaginal. Alex, hypokalemia is decrease in potassium. I've been having trouble with my potassium levels. I get cramps. The prednisone is definitely the culprit. Did you have any fracture issues? No. I haven't broken a bone. You're probably taking metformin. Yep, I'm taking metformin, which is the first drug we initiate patients on if they are, well tolerated by me. Skinny jeans are for fags. I agree. Actually, I fractured my thumb, and it still hasn't healed yet. Or I jammed it, and my right thumb is still fucked up 6 months ago. It took almost a full year for my shoulder to heal. So I noticed that my ability to heal is zero. Fucking zero. I used to heal like within a week when I did something. Fucked something up. I was given the Q bar there, Alex T, but I never really took it. I should have took it. I think I have them around here somewhere. Yeah, I have one right here. Yes, that's a steroid. But because my problem wasn't asthma, I got exposed to some fucking mold. And after that, that's when my problem started. I didn't realize there was mold in my house. I didn't realize I was getting slow exposure to mold. But we had the house cleaned out. It was coming out of the heating system. And I got to remember to change our filters every other month or so. Addison, how often should you reach out to women when first starting off? A couple times a week. That I'm assuming you're talking about a starter hoe. You should bone her a couple times a week. Don't give her too much time. You don't want to get too attached. You still want to remain a mystery or distant. And your starter hoe should be appreciative of the time that you give her. So you give her too much time, you spoil it. You give a baby a lollipop, you spoil the baby every time it cries. Okay? Like calling. Let her call you first. You need the Q-Bar. It's an inhaled corticosteroid to make sure you rinse your mouth with warm water after each use because it can cause thrush. Okay? You know, I was told that actually. Yeah. I forgot about it. Well, I've got Q-Bar here. I guess I can take it. My issue was that, you know, they were trying to prescribe me for asthma. I have no trouble breathing. I can inhale and exhale. My belief is that, you know, asthmatics, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Their lungs seize up. I keep trying to explain to these idiot doctors, and I don't mean to call them idiots, but they don't want to listen to me. If you crack my chest open and took a blowtorch and put it on my bronchial tubes, that's what I'm experiencing. Intense pain on the bronchial tube, the entrance to the bronchial tubes. And god damn it, they just kept giving me shit that didn't work. We don't have asthma. It sounds more like COPD. I have to Google that. I don't really know what COPD. I've heard of it. I don't really recall what it is, man. Addison, any advice on getting older women, or just treat them? Older women hate it when you act like a kid. Jovina's talked about this before. Don't bring up the age thing. Recognize that when an older woman wants a younger male, don't get attached. Don't fall in love, Addison. Don't get all texting them every day and bugging them. Let them come to you. Recognize it's just about sex. And it's about their ego. They want to feel young again. But don't act like a child around them. Don't play video games when they walk in the room. Don't even have a video game console around. Act like you're mature. And that'll reaffirm they made a good choice. Alex, that's why you keep coughing, have sputum. Now they should also give you an antibiotic if the suspect infection, erythromycin. I didn't know they really still use erythromycin. I thought they stopped using that because it's all, you know, people had used for years and it's all in the water out there. Ask your doctor to test you for FEV 1%. Hold on. Fuck. I taught aerobics for 24 years. My CO2 max was extremely high. I take full breaths of air. Don't really have trouble breathing. That's why I cough so hard. The first second during... But I'll have them do that. Thanks for the information there, brother. Chris, yeah, come as an adult and know that they will be busy a lot. Yeah, don't sweat them because they didn't text you for a couple days. A lot of guys, they get all crazy in their head because any women didn't text them, every day and all day long. Because they're desperate, they're thirsty. I've dealt with that problem so many times from needy males. And it's needy males who are worried about being needy. They're afraid of coming across needy. Height doesn't mean shit. I'm 5'8" and fucked 2 girls that were 6'1". It was like they were turned on. I wasn't concerned about the height difference. See, I don't care for women that are taller than me. I'm a man. I'm not going to look up to kiss my girl. I'm more comfortable, and it is more masculine, to look down on your females. I fucked a girl 6'3" and twice, and it was interesting. I didn't really go anywhere with her. She just came to my place. I met her getting a hot dog at a hot dog vendor, and I asked her. I was talking to her for a minute. I asked her if she wanted to hook up, and she did. It was last minute ditch. We were talking for a few minutes, and I put my bid in. Alex T. All free advice to you, brother. I enjoy your vids. Thanks very much. I'm going to ask him about that test. I did go through a series of tests where they injected me with dye and looked at my lungs. Shit like that. And what was fucked up, it took me 3 stops to make it about 100 yards to the fucking building because I had the pain. I had to stop, because the pain starts. When it gets bad, I throw up. Nothing came back on the fucking test because my lungs, the pain wasn't active. My lungs were in a normal state. They did inject me with a dye and shit like that and blah, blah, blah. Chris James. A lot of tall white girls I've seen have big asses. This girl, she had a big butt too. She had ass. She was wearing those low-rise jeans and she had wide hips. And a tight pussy. P.S. How does split focus work in regards to lasting long in the bedroom? Okay, good question. Thank you for a good question. I first came across split focus concentration when I was studying this book. It was called Split Focus Concentration for actors to memorize their scenes, and I used it when I was doing TV commercials. Split focus, the activity would be like, if you have a speech, you want to memorize your speech, do jumping jacks while you recite your speech, or push-ups, or pretend like you're vacuuming your house. That's what I did when I recite the speech. So you're doing a physical activity, but you're making your mind focus on something else. Physical activity, mind focused on something else. During sex, physical activity, my mind focused on something else. That's how you do it in the bedroom. Okay? You could practice by memorizing a speech and then pretend like you're vacuuming your room, your house, or your bedroom, or whatever, and do the speech. Or I did jumping jacks. I did them forward to the front, forward to the right, forward to the back, forward to the left. Then I reversed it. I started doing a little aerobic routines. Like I was teaching an aerobics class. Knee and kick, and knee and kick, and now jack, 2, 3, 4. As I turn around, now air jack, down, clap, clap, boom. So I created a routine at the same time in my mind. So I did triple focus. Created a routine and did the speech. So take your mind as deep as you can. The third part was creation of the routine. You could do mindless jacks, but I was actually creating an aerobic routine. Grapevine right and turn to clap, 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 squat and clap. P.S. How does split focus? Okay, done that question. Oh shit! I did my tax yesterday. I owe $303 to the government, so I got to go take it out of my savings. There's only $300-something in savings for my business account. So I got to take off. I'm going to meet Jovina. We're going to have lunch. But how in the hell you bust 7 nuts in one session? Number one, if by modern standards I'd be called what's called a sex addict. I was a geek in high school. I found a porno magazine. I had a great imagination. I started jacking off when I was 12. I got to where I did like 12 times in one day there, Alex. I guess I would be called a sex addict. I just believe I had a high sex drive. I still have a good sex drive. It's not as high as it used to be. I can just go for a couple of days without sex now. It's amazing. I'm trying to prepare myself to get on the road so I could go for like a week. I could do it. I've done it before. But my belief was that, because the flow of energy of life flowed through me, I just responded to it. Whatever. Sex addict, whatever. I enjoyed fucking Susan. I loved it. She had big lips for a white girl. She was half Italian. She had big lips. I loved kissing her lips. And I just couldn't get enough of it. And taking it out, I eventually started taking it up her butt in order to get my orgasm. But taking it out didn't feel like it satisfied me. So it kept my desire there. I would take it out, wipe it off, and put it back in because I enjoyed the activity of kissing her and being on top of her and still fucking. I loved it. I enjoyed making love to the last girl. I had a good connection with her named Tanya. I talked about her pheromones. I couldn't get enough of her. I loved grabbing her big ass in my hands. After she, I made her come a few times and then, ride my shit to orgasm. And I love kissing. I'm a kisser. I love to kiss. That does it for me. They've done studies with monkeys. If you take a monkey away from its parent, it has social things. It comes up antisocial. My mom left me with her sisters when I was like a couple of months old and took off. And I think that's why. I like being touched. I'm a kinesthetic. I have to touch. And I like the connection between me and a woman. I love it. And I think that's the reason why that happened to me, why I'm that way. So I get off on the whole connection. I get off on feeling a woman. I could do it forever. I love feeling their ass in my hands. I love feeling them orgasm. I love the whole concept of control their orgasm, take them to the edge. I love the play of it, stopping and kissing them while they're begging to come. I loved if we overuse the word love, if we go back to the real word love, or what I'm trying to intend by that word, I loved it. I didn't enjoy it. I loved it. I love being in bed with women. I love kissing. I love, playing with them in bed. I love women. And I just couldn't get enough of them. I didn't hate women. I wasn't angry at women. Like this fellow on my forum named Teddy. Teddy, he thinks every woman in Louisiana has a conspiracy against him. I love women. Doesn't break my, oh shit, I've done something like that. When I get close to coming, he wants to say sometimes, I'll think of a plot of a movie and question why things happen that way. See, what I did was, I used that when I was getting ready to come. Remember the old counting sheep? I'd actually done that one. One sheep over there, I've done that. I've remember the thing of baseball? Think of baseball. I played baseball. That was my sport. I was a pitcher. I was third baseman. I was a second stop. I did outfield. I was good at it. So my coach rotated around because that team sucked. But anyway, I was thinking baseball. But in order to keep my dick hard, I watched porn back then. That means I went to a porn place. It was on 16th Street, way in the ghetto area. Actually, my boy Craig, his grandfather has a street named after him down there called Dreher Street. He opened the first Hofbrau in Sacramento. His grandfather was kind of famous, but that's another story. Anyway, it's down that area if you've ever lived in Sacramento, where the warehouses are. It's in a bad area where they have the homeless people, homeless shelters. They have the porno place, and I would go in there like a creep. I felt like a creep. I give myself some pornos. I finally gave my pornos to Craig. I selected ones to give to him, and when he went to move to San Francisco, and I worked on stopping it. But I would picture a porn scene when I'm making love to women. That allowed me to help connect to them. I use split focus concentration on them. Ah, fuck. Michael Nolan's here. I bet it's gonna turn anal sex. He's European, and he's not talking about fucking a dog. You turned the Greek into a sex freak. Yes, I did. There was an 18-year-old. Yes, she was 18 years old. But she was 18. She was stocky, big tits, cute face. She was Greek. I fucked her in the ass, and I rubbed her clit. She busted all kind of nuts. Until where that's all she wanted. I turned her into an anal sex freak. And that's what Michael Nolan's talking about. And her name was Sarah, too. I dated a bunch of Sarahs for some reason. I've actually looked for her. She tried to get me into a threesome towards the end of my game with this really older, hot-looking aerobics instructor. Because she was also an aerobic instructor. And I turned it down. I don't do threesomes. I did it once, and that was enough. I didn't like it. I don't like alternative sex. I just like me and one woman. So I'm kind of old-fashioned, old school that way. So Michael Nolan, yes, I did. I love touchy-feely Supreme as well, feeling them up. I don't feel up their titties. I like the feel of the flesh. Their soft parts. Woman's soft part is her ass. So I'd like to grab the ass. I like the feel of ass in my hands. Something about ass, in my big ass mitts. These big ass hands I have, just holding ass and it spreads through the fingers. That's just, and you're riding her, and you're strong to pull her ass up, tilt her ass so you can hit that G spot. And then you're kissing her, but your weight's not all the crushing her down because you're balanced on your wrist. To do my type of sex, you had to be very, very fit. Can't do it anymore. Jovina complains I'm crushing her. Addison, I'm not close to my mom at all. Is that why I'm bad with women unconsciously? I learned that the reason why I had so many women was because I was trying to feel the love I never got from my mother. And other guys, they do other things. So if you're not close to your mom, like I never trusted women either because I didn't trust my mother. I had trust issues. Then I realized where it's coming from. I stopped the nonsense. Most of our stuff there, Addison, comes from our childhood. So I say that's probably why you're bad with women. I've stated that most players that I've known did not have good relationships with their mom. That's why they were playing women. And my mom always said, you're just like him. If you ain't like your father, I don't know what is. I heard that over and over again. So I grew up to be, I finally got in the game, I became just like him. I became a player. But a better player. Michael Nolan, what age is she now? I have no idea. Damn, how old the fuck was I? She was 18. I was in my 30s. Do the math. I'm now 57. Staying ready. What does it mean when you're fucking a bitch and she's not wet, she's not turned on? Okay? If she's turned on physically, then she would be wet. So you may have to finger the pussy a little bit before you jump right into the shit. She may get wet later on, from the stimulation, but at that point when you're entering her, try some foreplay, try kissing, try holding, try being a little more romantic than you're young, you do what the new black dudes do. Bitch, ho, I'm just gonna fuck you with my big dick. Take a bitch, you put her on her knees, watch your ass, try making love to her. See if she gets wet. That means your sex game sucks also, staying ready. You suck. Dupree, what's so big about a threesome? It's not like you could fuck them at the same time. True that. It's a little bit of homosexuality. I reject everything homosexual, including threesomes. I don't want to see women licking each other. I've seen that. Didn't do anything for me. I thought my dick would get hard. It didn't. My girl licked this other girl. Hold on, fellas. I'm an old guy. What else can we do? My girl licked this other girl. Oh yeah, I've got both of them. My girl licked this girl. Then this girl tried to get my girl off. She couldn't get off. This girl that I took out, she squirted. I stuck it in her ass while she was on her back because shit was too wet. And then she became addicted to sex with me after that. I got her off. She squirted. Blah, blah, blah. I never stuck my dick in this girl. She had some homosexuality run because she'd been after my girl for a long time. So I watched my girl get her off. And she tried to get my girl off. She couldn't get off. Okay. As being black, we like to show pictures with our stories. So that was my introduction to threesomes. And I never really wanted to do it anyway. By the way, the other girl had a black guy in the room. She made him sit on the floor like a dog. And watched. He's one of those Uncle Tom type black guys. You know what I'm talking about, Uncle Toms. Little neat haircut. Little, they were kind of preppy. Little jeans on. And I'm up there hitting my girl from the back while she's licking that girl's pussy, his girl's pussy. And he had to sit on the floor and watch us. She would not let him participate. And I didn't want to touch that bitch. And I'm thinking, you fucking dog, you. He never got his dick in there either. He liked her. He was after her. He was chasing her. He put white women up on a pedestal. Whereas I put all women at my feet. That's what happens to you pedestal girls. You get treated like a dog, like the dog that you are. P.S. When I talk to women, The Unbreakable says, on the phone, sometimes I'll try to say some slick shit. It doesn't go as I envision. Stop saying slick shit. Blink, blink. Blink, blink. Seriously, stop saying slick shit. Should I just keep it cool? Why would you not want to keep it cool 100% of the time? The Unbreakable. If you try to say slick shit, doesn't come out right, the problem's you. something in the way you're. I'm not even going to go into what's causing the problem, but if it's not working, don't do it, brother. Okay. Give an example of slick shit that you're saying though before I change the subject. Well, I got to read everyone else's stuff. Let's see, Addison. Quit thinking about it and planning everything out. Michael Nolan. The two girls in the picture, she made her husband, it wasn't her husband, it was a guy that wanted her at the club, that knew her from high school. They were high school friends. And he had liked her back in high school. It was on the other computer. I show you her ass. That chick that was my chick had. I don't know where white girls get big asses from. And the hips, you know, normally big and hip, and then the little waist, and then tits. Kind of like teenits, only bigger, rounder, juicy. You put your finger in it, go all the way down, that type of shit. Like, what the fuck, man? What is this shit? You're white. I don't know, but I met her at a place called Harlow's. I think. No, I actually saw her at a place called Faces, which is a gay place in my town. I learned that there's a lot of straight women that go to gay places. I didn't go there very often. I just went there to get a hot dog, and sometimes I would go up in there. But I saw her, and I went over to the dance floor and danced with her. And I pulled her. I think she's the one. No, actually, I saw her in Old Sack. Fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay, she was on the dance floor. Either way, I went over there and danced with her. And that's how I pulled her. Turned out she knew people that I knew. Jovina talked about that insecure black Puerto Rican dude. She actually knew his ass. And then there was a dude that knew that girl, Tanya. She got hooked up with him and his new girlfriend. That I'd fucked his girlfriend. Sacramento became a small fucking place. That's why I'm glad I met Jovina and got the fuck out of that circle jerk thing that was going on. That's what happens when you... Well, I didn't meet her in that club that I met Jovina in. She just had connections there, I guess. And I complimented her on her dancing. That's how I got her. Because she would like be dancing all by herself. And black dudes be all sniffing up on her. And I just told her I liked the way she danced. And that's what won her. I was honest, though. I used to teach a little bit of dance, so, I could say that kind of shit. Staying ready, I noticed the majority of these bitches just want attention. Addison. See, you got a negative attitude there, staying ready also. But you're right about it, though. These women, these bitches, they do want attention. Look at Instagram. If she got an Instagram account, she's an attention whore. If she's doing workout videos on there, that's a fucking attention whore right there. Addison, what do they want us to be, beta males? No, they want us to be alpha males. They're attracted to alpha males. But what they get, and I'm sorry, but if you're online with looking for answers, you're not an alpha male. You're beta male or less. And beta male is just an ordinary guy. That's the one I'm going to redefine the terms. Everybody thinks beta males are like cuckolds and weak motherfuckers. I coined those guys, nerds and stuff, zeta males. Weak men, zeta males. Because that's the last letter of the alphabet. I don't care what anyone else says. There's been some black dude come in and made a comment on that shit. Shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Z is the end of the alphabet. I don't give a fuck about Greek. I'm an American. So I'm using their word, but zeta. End of the alphabet. That's like the nerds, the dweebs, the weirdos. They're down there at the very bottom of the barrel. I see beta males as an ordinary male that does well at a company. He's not an alpha male. If you're not alpha, then you're what the rest of the guys are. You know, 1 in 1,000, 100,000, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but we're betas. Okay? So you learn to become what I call a real man. That's a beta male that learns to push his masculine energy and power. You work for a company, you do well. You get paid good money for it. You buy a house, you buy a boat, you buy a car. You have 3 weeks vacation a year. You get stock options. You have a savings account. You get a wife. You have kids. That's ordinary guys. You think everybody in the clubs are alpha males? The alpha males that come to the clubs are the dudes that the chicks are swarming over. Or they might be just out for their looks. They may not be a real alpha male. Like, there are different types now. They're the ones that, you know, I call the corporate alpha males. They're these nice guys that pass out flowers and everybody just loves. Nah. Remo, damn Supreme, you still going? What you talking about now? Jump in the conversation, you'll find out there, brother. I'm talking to the fellas. They're talking to me. I'm reading what they say as I normally do. And I'm answering questions for free. So if you have a question, ask me a question. I've had a couple good ones. Don't fuck well. I'm trying to fuck as soon as possible. Don't want to be held out. So I'll throw some sexual shit in the conversation, see where the girl's mind is at. I still don't don't have an example. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's off. What's so hard about you're talking to a girl, so what are you doing? So what are you doing Thursday night? Why don't you slide on by my place? We can hook up. Trace Jackson, I can see you. Excuse me. I feel like I'm high right now because my face is numb, my brain is numb. I looked it up. As I said, they said it's a normal response to coughing. Remo. I never really cared off of that. Betas. Me either. Exactly. Remo says, be a man and walk your path. That's all that matters. Thank you, Remo. Michael Nolan. If they're good looking, he means looking, they're going to be like flies on shit to women. Yep. Michael Nolan, never ever say that again. We know that here. Don't you guys, all you guys know that good looking guys get women, right? For some reason, Michael Nolan needs to pound in our heads over and over again. I don't deal with good looking guys. Average and above average. And some of you guys are below average. That's the realm I deal in. Yes, Michael Nolan. Good-looking guys can go out there and hoe chase. Hell, even close to good-looking guys hoe chase. Above average can hoe chase. With good results. Yeah, in the black community, you guys who are black and above average, you can hoe chase if you want to. You get good results. I'm putting that out there right now, if I haven't already. It's just you ones that are average and below, big chipmunk cheeks, glasses. Sisters like taller brothers, but they will go out with brothers, married brothers who are taller. Mike's wife, she's dated guys that were close to her height. She's African American. Hot Not told me I'm a 4.4 LOL. I still sleep well at night. Yeah. Fuck them. There's mostly dominant society chicks on there anyway, Remo. So to dominant society, white women, they consider you a 4. Then we need a black one. And what is it? 5 is average. Yeah, 1 out of 10. So fuck it. Michael Nolan got that. Almost the same amount there, Remo. He refused to show his face anymore. That's why you see just the dark circle for Michael Nolan. It fucked him up. Right, Michael Nolan? It fucked you like getting raped in the ass. And you responded like a little bitch. And you act like a little bitch after it. Just so you know. Don't get mad. You know you responded. You went apeshit crazy. And you accused me of lying to you. I've seen Irish guys. You're one of the better looking blokes. You know, I watch your TV shows. Remember, you saw me look at the English guys. They're on Jeremy. They're fucking butt ugly. The guys on the TV show I showed earlier, the lucky guy, they're nothing to write home about. English men tend not to be that good looking. No wonder Roger Moore was drop dead gorgeous amongst them. He can go to any venue he wanted to and pull the hottest, most beautiful English women there. You guys know who Roger Moore was. He played James Bond. And he also had a TV show in the 60s called The Saint. Basically, he was a secret agent. Remo, why are white women so boring in conversations? I learned it a long time ago from a communications teacher. There are no boring speakers, only bored listeners. So you're obviously talking to the people that you really don't want to talk to. Anything they say, you can be bored with them instead of taking a real interest in them. I still have a hard time keeping a conversation with some white women. They come off very boring. See, I never had that problem because I dug into their life story, Remo. I took a real interest in learning about them. I'm really curious about how it is being a white person, by the way. You know, being a white girl growing up. I want to hear what their reflections are, their ideas and thoughts, what they experienced. That's just one of my quirks. This is my personality. I really am curious about people. White women are entitled, Addison Tubbs. Let's not degenerate into negativity. I never had a problem with. My white women bowed to me. Look at the thumbnail on this one, this particular video. My white woman created that because she was a graphic artist. And I do have her photos of her bowing at I'm sitting in a chair and she's at my knees. I'll have to find that. Start using that one again. I have the photograph of her kissing my feet. It's okay, Addison. Yes, they have that white fragility thing. I just watched a video on, it's coming off of one of the racist sites about white women complaining about genocide. They're white. It was a racist made video. They're whining about we're forced to have sex with other races. Nobody's forcing white women to have sex with other races. That's how twisted the racist people's mind are. They think that white women are being made to have sex with them. They said we're being raped in Israel. White people control Israel. They're not raping white women in Israel. Those are not some dark Jews over there running the place. Their talking points were it was a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, I was watching Cynthia G last night. I didn't watch so much of her video. I actually went to the real video because I always go to her videos and I look at their links. I click on her links and I watch it that way. I watched the actual video. Then I went back and listened to what she had to say about it. And I listened. I did finish that one because I was laughing at what she was calling them. You know, she went off on them. She thinks they're ugly. They smell hair. They smell like wet dogs. They have varicose veins. Their skin falls at an early age, and blah blah blah. P.S. What's the fundamental peace? P-I-C-E? of keeping your cool as a player. I notice I want to dominate girls who choose up on me, that it makes me hasty and impatient at times. Well, the good thing there, The Unbreakable, is that you're aware of it. So start to master yourself. See, when you master yourself, you start learning to master other people. So life has shown you what your issue is. It's time to conquer it now. Do you understand? Staying ready, rejection ain't shit. Spoken like a true hoe chaser. Staying ready. And being black, I get it. It's now 12 o'clock. Okay, I've already taken my shower. Just got to put on some shoes. It's raining here in California today. Okay, let's see. Weather. It's going to rain. We're going to have some sunshine and clouds around 5 p.m. But it's raining. Going to rain until 2 o'clock out here. Cloudy with some rains tomorrow. Friday, good. Sunshine, cool. But rain again Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly next Thursday. At least we're not having snow. One thing I can't say about Sacramento is the spring rains. So, any more questions, fellas? As I've done another almost 2 hours of free content for you. The Unbreakable, Hobo, send me a video, okay? It's hard to make you do that, but I had my questions as well. Remember, I've been talking to an ex of mine's, but she still has that programming from last time. Always want to go to dinner and fawning over luxury shit. That's just her programming, period. It was there when you met her. It's there after you left, after you broke up with her. Is that the one that broke up with you on your birthday? Because I wouldn't talk that bitch ever again. How should I proceed to get her on my team right away? Recognize there are women that you can't. Not all women are going to bow down to you and break bread. Because of the programming they've been through, what they're used to. And you got to look at the brothers before her, how they always treated her. They took her out, obviously. That's what she expects. That's what she wants. I think she was from a different country. Black from, or something like that. That doesn't matter. That's her programming. She broke up with me on my... Oh, man. Why do you want to put her back on your team? Come on, Remo. Fuck. She only is coming back because she's getting bad treatment from other dudes. If she broke up with you on your fucking birthday... I'm your father. Son, get away from that bitch. Seriously, man. Don't. You're not that desperate. There's no magic way to put a girl on your team, fellas. When a girl gets on a team, you give her the bomb-ass sex, she's falling for you. That's why she gets in line, okay? Girls didn't get on my team after the first time I had sex with them. They loved it. They thanked me for it. Okay? I started asking for shit when they want to come over next time. Or the next morning when we woke up. They fell into my team. The rotation is the way I treated them afterwards. So the team membership required them to want to come over all the time. Maybe fuck a few times. LOL. I know she doesn't have many options. Chris James, she should be persona non grata. Oh, he goes, yeah, I've been thinking that I haven't forgotten she's African. Yeah. Gold digger. No, she's stuck. No one's stuck, dude. She looked. Wait, hold on. Let me back up. Remo, maybe fuck a few times. LOL. I know she doesn't have many options. Okay. That's why she's sniffing at you. By the way, break it to her. See if she jumps in line. That's your answer. I just don't want you to do it. There's no, oh, I'll take her out for this. No. Just have her come over and fuck her. Remo. They fuck a few more times. Dupree, I'm sorry, Dupree. I'm going for... So once a girl is programmed from tricks, you can reprogram her. It takes too much work. You're female. She should be enamored with you that programming sticks. What you say goes. All women come programmed some kind of way or another. Okay? Your goal in bed is to break her programming. What did I say to Jovina recently? I said one word. Mine. Just like that. Mine. That's mine. They said that to her. That's mine. Matter of fact, that's mine. That's my pussy. That's my ass. I told her, bring my ass over here so I can get a feel on. I have her now wearing, my white t-shirt, so I can see the roundness of her butt cheeks hanging underneath. She got her little thong on. You can't see it because she got a big butt. And I grab her ass. I hold my hand out like this. I hop aboard. She comes over, puts her butt cheek in my hand. I squeeze. That's a little cute thing we do, but she knows who she belongs to. That's mine. Okay? So, since she's been with me, I've reprogrammed her. She was used to black dudes, taking her out to dinner and, kind of pedestaling her a little bit. She had this one guy before me that had his own house and a boat. He was called Doc, but he wasn't a doctor. He was something else. Probably an accountant or something like that. I don't know. But, a brother with his own house and a boat. And, he pedestaled a little bit. There's another dude that lived in the town, Chico. And these all these brothers lick pussy. So mine, Jovina comes, hops aboard. You guys heard me talk about, okay, I want you to dress better. Because I've been watching her, we've been going to Walmart and I haven't said anything about it until I said it on the show. So now she gets on her tight little jeans and her heels and she goes to Walmart. Although last week she didn't wear a 4-inch or 5-inch heels. She has lower heels she wears. But I reprogrammed her. I didn't mind fuck her. I reprogrammed her through our relationship. Because my personality dominated hers. When your personality doesn't dominate your women, they start to program you. It's either you dominate or she does. She either teaches you how to behave or you teach her how to behave. They're Remo and everyone else. Okay? Have you ever had a Brazilian chick, player? Yes. Her mom was from Terceira. Her dad was from Brazil. I just ended with her, actually. Just like I look around. She's not even here. Last year. I had a back door with this Brazilian chick. I kept. Yeah, and I was seeing Jovina. If you bring it up on one of my shows, I'll ban you. But I thought you... No, I wasn't. I'm not with Jovina. I'm not open about it. Although I have talked to her about getting a slave. Jokingly. And seriously. Get a chick... I want my dick sucked. I want some head. She thinks I'm joking about it. Chris James, bullshit. I watch you guys. He goes, the game moves forward, not in rewind. Staying ready. I want to take a trip out there. Those Brazilian bitches got booty. The one I was with was very petite. She was, when I first started fucking, she was like 98 pounds. But curvy and tiny. Small little chest. She had a little bit of butt. She had hips and a little waist. What's a little waist? That's what attracted to me. She had black in her also. Although her daughter came out a blonde, and the other one came out with curly hair. Her dad was black and the native, I think, and some Portuguese blood in him. And then her mom was Portuguese. And her mom hated her brown skin color. She used to have to sleep on the porch, in fact. Because her mom she had coloring, but she got that vitiligo, and she turned white. She lost all her skin coloring. So she had the blonde child, and she had the Brazilian-looking child. And she was Brazilian herself. And the mom favored the blonde one. They came out blonde hair, blue eyes. Like when blacks kick out a blonde, we favor them. When Portuguese kick out a blonde, they do the same damn thing. Remo. Then keep watching, Chris. He says to Chris, hey, Murray, that picture of her made me hot. Of who? Supreme, you get the imagination going. The image of her in my head. Much respect. Oh, of Jovina. Damn. Did Jovina tell you stories about her going anywhere and guys hitting on her? I got her life story. I caution you guys because, I don't want to hear this. I'm stupid. I asked, big she ever had. And that bugged me. What's the most orgasms you ever had? And I've got her 5, and this half white, his father was white, his mother was black dude, got her 8. So fuck it. I was done with my game then. I told her, well, I'm not gonna get you 8. Fuck that shit. As long as you get 2, you're good. We good, dog. Because I got her 5, and I said, I told you guys I was done with the game. This was after my little brother passed, or somewhere in there, the process of him passing, and I was done. I've never mind fucked her. I realize now I do things that are kind of mind fucking like. That's just my personality. Yeah. And yeah, guys hit on her. She tells me. She told me about all the guys, after at the club and shit like that. I've seen it myself, though. So in the black community, we put Portuguese on a different wavelength than regular white chicks. Because sometimes they're closer to our race. They eat pig's feet. Like we eat pig's feet. They eat collard greens like we eat collard greens. They have the same sayings we do. So, I guess in the South they call them geechees. The Portuguese, something like that. Because they kind of fit in with our race a little better. Like a lot of Portuguese males or brothers will date Portuguese women. But I thought she was Russian when I met her. I didn't know she was Portuguese. Remo. I don't even bother asking female shit like that. What you want to know won't hurt you. Exactly. That's what I told her brothers. But, I always found out everything. And remember I was having issues because I was used to like making love. And she's not the type to make love to. She's the type that, like the girl, the 18-year-old or the 17-year-old chick, 18-year-old Sarah. Like she didn't want to do foreplay. Let's just get it done. Get it in, stick it in. And she was a clit grinder and a vaginal person. But in my past shows, I talk about I was fresh from the game. My past shows, she's nothing like Tanya, man. I kept complaining about it, And I told you guys I'm learning to do physical sex. So I started asking her about, maybe it's the size of my dick. I got a good dick, but maybe she's been with all these, these black dudes. Maybe they've had 10 inches up and shit like that. So I started looking for information. What kind of brother she'd been with. And that's where I found out, So I said, well, did you have trouble getting a nut with it? Yeah, a little bit. Because I was having trouble getting her off, with the finger. And I realized she's one of those, So I started learning to do just the dick against the clit with her, and that worked. But I wanted to, do my old stuff, the connection and Like, I tried to have her look me in the eyes recently, and she's not that type. She opened her eyes, and then I think she closed them back or something like that. Some women are afraid of that, and she knows about. I've talked about that because I was going to put the whammy on her, but I don't need to put the whammy on her. She already loves me. But I like women that can, face me as themselves in bed and look me dead in my eyes, openly. Because that I can work with. I can mold that. I can shape that. I can talk to them. So with Jovina, I've done it, my programming out of the bed. Let's see. So, in answer to your statement there, Remo, I was fact-finding for information. To see what it takes to get them off. Like I told you, if I'm not working with the clit stuff, I'm going to find out what's going to work. And then I start asking questions. I'm used to figuring the clits thing. And she got a little tiny one. Like guys with a little dick, she's got a little dick. Girls who masturbate, because she doesn't masturbate, they have a high sex drive, by the way. So if you want a girl that's good that likes sex, get one that masturbates. They crave sex. And that's what I'm used to. All the girls I've known, they've always, most of them, they've always masturbated some kind of way. Even the last one was with Susan. She would take the water in the bathtub and let the water hit her clit, actually her vaginal area. I think with Jovina's, oh Jesus, that kind of shit got into her. Staying ready. It's hard to believe you used to be a nice guy player, LOL. Not for me. I'm actually still a nice guy. Staying ready. If you drop $20 out of your pocket and I'm behind you, I'll pick it up and give it back to you. If I see someone attacking a woman, I'll go and break it up. If I see a fight going on that looks unfair, like I did when I was in Reno when I was 44, it was right before I started seeing Jovina. I jumped in the middle of that shit. So I'm still actually a nice guy. I just have a hard edge to me. Because I like to dominate women, that's just the way I am. I was that way with my first wife. I was an asshole, actually. My dad wasn't like that to my mom. And I think because my mom was a control freak, that's where I learned it from. But I like it. Either you're going to be in control or she's going to be in control. I'd rather be the one that's in control. I never like a submissive position. There's something about me, the way my inner makeup is, because I've always wanted to own my own business since junior high school. I don't like being told what to do. I met a chick from Sacramento player. We agree on getting a room this weekend, and she chose me. Fantastic. See how it works when a bitch is choosing? Dupree. They kill people for breaking up fights. Be careful, Supreme. I know that. I'm 57 years of age. Believe me, I do know that. It's instinct. When I worked at AM/PM when I was your age, Dupree, in my early 20s, I'm at AM/PM. You guys know AM/PM? I'm in the black area, south area, where I live now, off of Florin Road. If you're in Sacramento, you know about Florin Road. How many brothers get killed on that street every goddamn day? This brother pulled a gun. Stupid me, before I could even think about it, I jumped in the middle and pushed, and I went like this. No, brother, you don't want to go to jail, man. I don't know why I do that shit. I think it was programmed from my dad. I don't know. But I think back on it, I could have been shot. Let these motherfuckers kill each other. I didn't even like black people back then. Yeah, very funny, Dupree. Yeah, very funny. It was. I could have been killed, man. I used to pay my ex-wife's rent because my son was living there, or half of it. I paid her full rent until she got older when she got more money in her job. So I was making $7,000 a month. It didn't matter to me, but I only stopped paying her like a couple of years after I started dating Jovina. I was giving her like half. And then I weaned her off. I disenabled my ex-wife and my kids. I spoiled them. I got my stepson, Donnie, a car to drive to go to LA so he'd have a car. I'm a nice man. I'm a good father too. Well, I tried to be. I was mean to them when they were kids because, they did something wrong and I'm the first one to get that belt. Then I realized I'm becoming my mom. So I stopped beating them. And I haven't touched him since. Not so. I picked my son Tracy up and I threw him across the room one time. And then I cried. I held him and I cried like a little baby. In fact, it brings tears to my eyes right now. I didn't realize that, both of my sons had some psychological problems. My son Tracy wanted to be nicknamed or renamed Dennis the Menace. He had I guess it comes from both sides of our family, but he had no social consciousness at 6 years of age. He didn't care anything about anybody. So we put him in this facility. My son Christopher, he kept trying to kill Tracy. We put him in the facility. He was literally trying to kill him. We had to watch him all the time. So some about a combination of me and Dottie, we didn't produce healthy offspring together. Relentless beating kids does nothing for kids. I agree. I'm a product of that. Every time I did something wrong, I was always, talking about, you always talk to them, don't talk to them. And she spanked them too, but you talk to them. And now my son Tracy, he bought me that big screen TV. He loves me to death. My son Christopher, he loves me, but he's also a bit antagonistic. He wants to outdo me. Like he wants to be a better bodybuilder than I was. Because he sees me as, a challenge and all that kind of stuff. I have a good relationship with Donnie, so with Derek. Derek has actually distanced himself from the family. Everybody, they're the oldest girl, my stepson, but they call me dad. And they come to me when they got a problem. That's what is important to me. The best relationship I have is with Tracy. I realized when I was being a player, my son Tracy was born. He got pregnant when we were separated. And she came home. I was watching the older kids. She came home. She went out on New Year's Eve night and came home, and we kind of did it. And then Tracy was born. And anyways, he was born, and I was actually dating Susan at the time, and Susie, and I was busy. I wasn't around that much. And I realized, I came around, and he cried when I came near my baby. So that's when I realized I was becoming like the young black men out there. That's when this shit was going on. So I started coming around to make sure I was around 3 times a week, if not on a daily basis. So that changed me. When my little baby cried when I put him in his hands, now we were bonded. She would go out on New Year's Eve, like I told you fellas, and I would watch the kids. And me and my son Tracy, last time I did that, we were watching Ren and Stimpy. We watch cartoons. So he calls me about, all the movies, and, he likes to take me out to the movies sometimes. My son Christopher, he wants to outdo me. I go like that, he jumps. And he runs, which I don't like. I try to give him a hug, he runs. He laughs and runs. I'd rather just come give your dad a hug. We're grown men, but come give me a hug, son. We have a funny relationship. Kind of like my dad and I had. Yeah. Let's see. Me Too. You have to mix it up with discipline. You can't spare the rod. I was turning to my mom about it though. I don't believe in sparing the rod. Child acts up, there has to be some form of discipline there. I don't like white folks, timeout shit. No. You know I get work for black kids. So, sometimes if talking doesn't work, you got to beat some ass. And it's 12:16. I got to roll, fellas. I gotta go to the bank, take out $300, pay my taxes. So I'm having lunch with Jovina. You guys have a good day. I may be back. No, I got to work tomorrow, so I'll probably talk to you guys either Friday or Sunday. Somewhere in there. Peace.